Subscribe to Simplified Biology channel and press the bell icon to get notified when a new video is uploaded. Hello friends, welcome to Simplified Biology. Today's topic is Simple Dry Fruits. Chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. Simple dry fruits. Now simple fruits are the one which develop from a monocarpellary or polycarpellary syncarpous ovary. Dry means they have a thin membranous pericarp. Pericarp, that is the fruit wall, which cannot be differentiated into epi, meso and endocarp. Now, simple dry fruits can be divided into three types. Simple indehiscent, also known as the acinal fruits. Now these are one-seeded fruits which do not open up upon maturity. Second is dehiscent or capsular fruits. These are many-seeded fruits that burst open on maturity so that the seeds can be dispersed. And third is Schizocarpic fruits. Now these two are many-seeded fruits that break up into one-seeded parts called the mericarps upon maturity. Dry indehiscent fruits means these fruits do not open on maturity, and they are one-seeded fruits of small size. The first type of dry indehiscent fruit is an achene. An achene is a single-seeded fruit where the pericarp, that is the wall of the fruit, is not fused with the seed coat. Means the pericarp and the seed coat can be separated from each other. And these fruits develop from a monocarpellary superior ovary. Now this is an achene, example of which is mirabilis. That is your 4 o'clock plant. The fruit of mirabilis is a acinal fruit. The second type is caryopsis. Now caryopsis is the characteristic of family Poaceae. That is the cereal family, wheat, maize, rice. Now this is maize. In caryopsis, the pericarp is fused with the seed coat. Means you cannot separate the seed coat and the pericarp from each other. They too develop from a monocarpellary superior ovary. So both achene and caryopsis develop from a monocarpellary superior ovary. In case of achene, the pericarp is separate from the seed coat, while in Caryopsis, the pericarp is fused with the seed coat. And Caryopsis is the characteristic of family Poaceae, that is your cereal family. Now the next type is Cypsela. This too is a dry indehiscent fruit. It is the characteristic of family Asteraceae. Asteraceae, that is your sunflower family. So the example is sunflower. Now the fruit develops from a bicarpellary syncarpous unilocular ovary having a single ovule or a single seed. In this, the calyx is modified into a hairy structure called the pappus, which remains attached to the fruit. They help in the dispersal of the fruit. Now these are the pappus. So Cypsela is a one-seeded fruit developing from a bicarpellary syncarpous unilocular ovary. These two are single-seeded fruit, but the special characteristics is they have a hairy structure attached to it called the pappus, which has been developed from the calyx. And this is the characteristic of family Asteraceae, the sunflower family. Another type of indehiscent fruit is nut. Now this too is a single-seeded fruit developing from a bicarpellary or multicarpellary syncarpous ovary. Now in this fruit, the pericarp is hard. Example of such fruits are cashew nut, that is anacardium, trapa, water chestnut, that is water chestnut, sanghara, and lychee. In lychee, the edible part of lychee is the aril. Aril is a type of third integument. And the last type of indehiscent fruit is samara. This too is a one-seeded fruit, but it is a winged fruit. And the wings are developed from the pericarp. The pericarp get modified into the wing that help in the dispersal of fruits. The fruits develop from a bi or tricarpellary syncarpous ovary. An example of which is Dioscorea. So in case of Cypsela, the special feature is the presence of pappus. In case of nut, the pericarp of the fruit is hard, while in case of samara is a winged fruit where the pericarp gets modified into the wings. Next is the dry dehiscent fruits, also known as the capsular fruits. Now these are many seeded fruits that open up or rupture at maturity so that the seeds can be dispersed. First type is legume or pod. Now legume or pod is the characteristic of family Fabaceae. That is your pea family. In this, the fruit develops from a monocarpellary superior ovary. Now, this is a many-seeded fruit that upon maturity opens from both the sutures. Now this is the dorsal suture and this is the ventral suture. So they open up from both the sutures, releasing the seeds. So legume or pod is the characteristic of family Fabaceae. Next type is follicle. Example of follicle is delphinium or larkspur. Now this fruit also develops from a monocarpellary superior ovary. And is many-seeded, but it opens only from one suture, that is the ventral suture, releasing the seeds. So legume opens from both the sutures, while follicle opens from the ventral suture. The next type of dehiscent fruit is Siliqua. Now Siliqua is the characteristic of family Brassicaceae. That is your mustard family. The fruit develops from a bicarpellary syncarpous unilocular ovary with parietal placentation. The fruit is at first unilocular, it later becomes bilocular or appears to be bilocular due to the presence of a false septum. Now the fruit ruptures from the tip downwards and the seeds are exposed, which remain attached to the false septum, that is rhiplum, from which they are then released. Next type is Silicula. Siliqua and Silicula both are same. Silicula is the reduced type of Siliqua, and this too is seen in some members of family Brassicaceae. A short and broad Siliqua is known as Silicula. And the last type of dried dehiscent fruit is the capsule or the capsular fruit, which develops from a polycarpellary syncarpous multilocular ovary having axile placentation. Now, as seen in this diagram, in case of ladyfinger, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 chambered ovary having seeds in axile placentation. Now, example of capsule is ladyfinger, poppy, cotton, onion, datura. Now the way in which the fruit ruptures differs in different fruits. Next, the last type is dry Schizocarpic fruits. Now these are many seeded fruits. That break into one seeded parts called the mericarps upon maturity. Later, the pericarp separates, releasing the seeds. First type is Lomentum. Now, Lomentum is a multi-seeded fruit which are constricted into one seeded parts. That are known as the mericarps. Upon maturity, they separate into one seeded parts. As we can see in this figure, this is tamarind, imli. These are the one-seeded parts called the mericarps, which on maturity will separate from each other. Other examples of Lomentum is groundnut, acacia, that is babul. Next is carcerulus. Now this too is a many-seeded fruit developing from a multicarpellary or bicarpellary syncarpous ovary that breaks up into one-seeded parts on maturity. When we try to pluck the fruit from the plant, we only get the seeds in our hands. As seen in this diagram, this is the fruit of ocimum, that is sacred basil, tulsi. So example of carcerulus is ocimum and salvia, the sage plant. Next type is cremocarp. Now cremocarp is a two-seeded fruit. Developing from a bicarpellary syncarpous ovary. That is bilocular, and each locule has a single seed. Now on maturity, they break up into one-seeded parts called the mericarps that remain attached to the carpophore. Carpophore is the extension of the thalamus. Now these are the two-seeded parts that have separated upon maturity, and this is the carpophore. This is the characteristic of the coriander family. So examples are coriander, that is dhania, cumin, jeera, carrot, and even somph, that is fennel. The next type is regma. Now regma develops from a tri to pentacarpellary ovary. Syncarpous. Multilocular each locule having a single seed. Upon maturity, they break up into one-seeded parts called the cocci. The pericarp of the fruit is modified into spines. As you can see in this diagram. This is the characteristic of family Euphorbiaceae. And the best example of which is Ricinus communis, that is your castor. The last type of schizocarpic fruit is double samara, which is also a winged fruit, just like samara. In this case, you will find that each carpel is separated from the other one and has a wing attached to it. So these are the two one-seeded parts, that is the carpels, one-seeded parts that are separated and they have a wing attached to it. Example of double samara is acer. So these are the different types of simple dry fruits. In the next video, we'll be studying aggregate and composite fruits. That's all for today. Please do like, subscribe and comment, and also visit our website by clicking on the link given below. Thank you for watching.